Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is MyTV5 News at 7.
The snow has been falling for much of the day as we take a live look in downtown Saginaw as well as I-75, where traffic is moving a little slower tonight. Thank you for watching MyTV5 News at 7 and streaming on WNEM.com. I'm David Custer. It has been a slow and steady day across the area, but it's starting to pile up and those roads are getting slick. Chief Meteorologist Doug Moats joins us now with a look at your forecast. Hi, Doug.
Hello to you. Yeah, within this steady snowfall have been some bursts of moderate to heavier snow, which has led to some accumulation. In addition, some reduced visibility. On top of that accumulation, packed snow and ice, which is making for some slick spots on area roadways. Here is a look at your first Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar, where downtown Saginaw is really covered with the heaviest snow right now in the county. But if you travel from Zilwaukee down I-75 towards Bridgeport, that's where you'll stay in that window of heavier snow. Light snow and steady snow from Bridgeport to Birch Run, and from Birch Run to Clio, the snow picks up once again. Look what's happening though in Genesee County. The snow itself tapering off from the south, and it's only those northern and eastern portions of the county into Lapeer County that is snowy right now. Just be extra careful out there tonight. The snow is going to shut off for all of us during the overnight hours. 24 in Saginaw right now, 25 in Flint. Mount Pleasant is at 24 degrees. That's also our Bay City temperature right now. Snowfest going on for a couple more hours. If you're headed out that way, enjoy some of this light snow. It does make the festival a little more picturesque. Lower 20s is where we're headed overnight tonight. I'll talk about a warming trend though, and some weekend precipitation coming up with your first Warn 5 7-day forecast.
Doug, thank you. Crews had to close down a lane of southbound I-675 for a brief time today after a driver slid off the road into the median. Police and fire crews had to be called in to close the lane while a tow truck pulled her out. The woman was not hurt and was able to drive away.
We need help on this one. Very, very little to go on.
Investigators from the Detroit area are in mid-Michigan tonight looking for clues in the death of a newborn baby. That child was found at a recycling plant in Roseville, but police think his body may have been put in a dumpster here in mid-Michigan. They came to Bay County today hoping to find answers. TV5's Faith Gantner has more from Bay City.
The lieutenant who is out here today tells me this investigation is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Still, detectives are determined to find out how a newborn baby's body was found in a recycled dumpster.
I couldn't believe it.
Residents call it sickening when we told them about the local connection in the case of a newborn baby found dead in a recycled dumpster just north of Detroit.
I think it's disgusting, and yeah, they should be prosecuted big time. I hope they find them.
I hope they got your people. Prosecute them.
Now investigators from Roseville, where the dead baby boy was found, say the person who dumped the body might be from mid-Michigan.
Going out through the dumpsters and sorting a lot of the product that was near where the baby was recovered from, we found a lot of mail from Midland, from Gladwin Bay, from Aranac, and from Roscommon County.
Lieutenant Blarick and one of his detectives started the painstaking search this afternoon in Pinconning at the White Feather landfill. There they spent hours looking at pickup locations and truck routes. They also visited Child Protective Services in Bay and Midland counties.
They know the people around the area, they know the players. We're coming to just get some direction and put word out that we're going to solve this, and we need the public's help.
Lieutenant Blarick says everyone from recycle centers to CPS has been cooperating in the investigation. Now police continue to ask for help from you at home if you know anything about the newborn's death, specifically who the mother may be.
Hoping that the public can give us some tips, maybe point us in the right direction, tell us possibly somebody they know that had issues. You know, and we can start somewhere and we can follow up with those people.
Blarick admits that this is the widest search area he's ever covered in an investigation, but he says he's not giving up until he finds answers.
Until it's solved, period.
Roseville police tell me they plan to continue their investigation here in mid-Michigan tomorrow. Reporting from Bay County, Faith Gantner, MyTV5 News at 7.
Faith, thank you, and stay with TV5 on air and online for continuing coverage on this investigation. Breaking news now, Darren Wilson has been cleared again, this time by the Justice Department. The New York Times is reporting the Justice Department has cleared Wilson of any civil rights violations. Wilson is the police officer who shot and killed Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. A grand jury has already cleared Wilson of any criminal charges. The shooting sparked months of protesting in the St. Louis area. Police have released the name of the SVSU football player arrested in a recent stabbing. Investigators say reserve defensive back Josh Nolan has been arrested and charged in the stabbing, which happened early Sunday morning at the Campus Village Apartments in Kochville Township. One man had to get stitches while two other men were treated at the scene. After learning of the arrest, SVSU kicked Nolan off the football team. The crime rate in Flint and the surrounding area is going down, and Crime Stoppers is likely one of the reasons why. It's been nearly a year since Crime Stoppers came to Genesee County, and organizers say it has already been a huge success. Spokeswoman Julie Lopez says the proof is in the numbers.
We have awarded $24,050 to tipsters, and that means that a lot of people in the community are caring about their community. We've processed 570 tips.
Crime Stoppers thanks law enforcement and the community for their support and cooperation. More breaking news now just into the continuous news center. Take a look at this unbelievable condo fire. It's a 5-alarm fire in Edgewater, New Jersey. The entire complex is engulfed in flames. Details are slim at this point, but as you can see, the pictures are pretty incredible. Check out that fire right there, right on your screen. That is from a chopper up above. We will have much more on information on this 5-alarm fire once it is made available.
I went to pick up my clothes Tuesday and walked up and saw that the building was basically closed.
Some customers left out in the cold this week after a local dry cleaner closed on short notice. Lee Dry Cleaners in Saginaw suddenly shut down recently, and at least one customer tells us he never got his clothes back. TV5's Ben Bowman reports.
A routine trip to the dry cleaners ends in frustration.
I went to pick up my clothes Tuesday and walked up and saw that the building was basically closed.
What Todd Arner saw simply left him stunned.
Sign off the building, nothing on the inside, and me without my suit and my shirts.
Arner says he could tell that the machines that used to wash clothes were also gone. That's when he started to think the absolute worst.
I just got a little bit of a sinking feeling because I figured that might be it for my clothes.
So it's snowing outside and you walk up to the place where you had your clothing. Now you're walking up and you see this big fat eviction sign saying that the place that has your clothes is no longer in business. That might upset some, but not our Todd Arner. Arner simply says he wants his clothes back.
Haven't cleaned them, or I'd just like my clothes back. I mean, that's a suit and some shirts, some new shirts I got for Christmas. I would just like to get my merchandise back.
Arner's upset because neither the owner nor management warned him that they would be shutting down.
The fact that you personally didn't receive any notice of this, how does that make you feel?
Not very good. I mean, I think it would have at least been nice to have some sort of sign on the front door that would have given some sort of explanation. Instead, I just pull up and they're gone. That's it.
In Saginaw, Ben Bowman, MyTV5, News at 7.
And if you have a tough question you would like us to investigate, just give us a call at either of the two numbers right there on your screen. You can also send us an email, WNEM@WNEM.com. Well, the cold and snow is good for at least one thing, Zender Snowfest. The annual festival reprises its role for another year as one of the largest snow sculpting events in North America. Opening day isn't the top draw for the festival, but there were still plenty of reasons to bundle up and make the trip today. TV5's Meg McLeod has more from Frankenmuth.
Hey, I'm here at Zender's 24th annual Snowfest, and as you can see right behind me, snow sculptors are hard at work trying to bring these creations to life. There are 5 international teams competing here right now, along with more than 40 high school and national teams also sculpting these creations. We've got one from USA Mexico who is sculpting a Detroit Lion for you Lions fans out there. And believe it or not, all this snow took more than 300,000 gallons of water. That's about 30 in-ground swimming pools worth of water. So a lot of time and preparation has gone into these snow sculptures, and these sculptors have been working since about Monday afternoon. Come Saturday morning, these will all be finished and ready for judging. Reporting at Zender Snowfest, Meg McLeod, MyTV5 News at 7.
All right, Meg, thank you. And TV5 is your home for all the sights and sounds of Snowfest. We will bring you coverage of all the sculptures as they take shape and events throughout the festival. And we want to hear from you. What is your favorite part of Snowfest? The sculptures, the beer tents? Well, just log on to the TV5 Facebook page and let us know. Well, it could be another night of flared tempers in Flint as the city will try to put an end to fears over the drinking water. Flint officials and water experts will host a water presentation tonight at City Hall. They will explain what is being done to improve the water, which has been the subject of many complaints. People in Flint have been complaining about the water's taste, smell, and safety. There is also a planned protest outside City Hall in advance of tonight's 7 o'clock meeting, which is just now getting underway. Well, Friday night basketball will take on a greater meaning in one local community this week. Still ahead, what they're doing to raise money for wounded veterans. And a local man has been missing for more than 3 weeks, but he remains in the hearts of those who knew him. Coming up, how they are keeping that memory alive. And a recent Tiffany's ad featuring a Mid-Michigan man is turning some heads. That story is next. You are watching MyTV5 News at 7, serving Bay City, Montrose, Goodrich, and your hometown too. It's coverage you can count on.